It's 10:23 here. This is Men's Health Month. We're talking about prostate cancer now because in many cases it can remain symptomless for years, and most cases of early prostate cancer don't have any symptoms to begin with. So joining me to talk about that now, I'm happy to have two people on the show. Dr. Stuart Kessler from the Tallwood Men's Health Institute, and I'm happy to have prostate cancer survivor Jonathan Savino, who has done a great job now, 6 years cancer-free, but also I think you have a great way to illustrate what Tallwood can do. So, Doctor, thank you for being here. We'll get to you in a second. Mr. Savino, just start by telling us about your prostate cancer. How long do you think it was symptomless? When did you start to realize it was a problem for you?
Well, I always got tested every year with the PSA test.
Sure.
And I started it when I was 52 years old. And then I think in 2012 or well, my PSA jumped.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was right around 3, and then it jumped up over in double digits.
Mm-hmm.
And then we retested again, and it was down, but still high.
Yeah.
And that's when I went in for my biopsy.
Had you had any symptoms to that point?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I just knew that when I got to a certain age, I should start getting tested, with the PSA test.
Yeah. So you went in,
just preventive. Yeah.
You got that taken care of. You're still cancer-free now, right?
Yes, cancer-free, and I still get tested every year.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I still do it and follow up on it.
Now, I want to get back to you because there's more to your story than just the cancer. But while we're talking about PSA, that stands for prostate-specific antigen test, doctor, for a lot of guys who have otherwise no symptoms, that can be a lifesaver, that test. Tell us more about it.
So as you said, prostate cancer very often doesn't have symptoms. And so for such disease processes, we have screening. And PSA is one of the ways we can do screening in addition to doing a rectal examination. Yeah. And so just like for Mr. Savino, sometimes the only time we find a prostate cancer is via an elevated PSA.
How bad of a problem is prostate cancer as a whole for men?
So it's a huge healthcare problem for the United States and the world as a whole. 180,000 men every year are diagnosed with prostate cancer every year in the United States, and unfortunately close to 30,000 men die of prostate cancer every year. So it is a huge problem.
Yeah, but it's great that guys are coming in. I have spoken to one of your colleagues there at Tallwood, Dr. Jared Bienick, before, who always said, guys don't like to go to the doctor. And I think as a general rule of thumb, that's true. But sometimes when it deals with prostate issues, urological issues, reproductive health, that's when guys are a little more likely to speak, to get in there to get some help. Have you found that's been your case there at Tallwood, that tends to be the impetus to get people in?
Yeah, I mean, in general, men don't like to go to the doctor, as Dr. Bienick has said.
Yeah.
And so we have a Men's Health Institute in Farmington, which is kind of one of the first of its kind here in the region, where really men feel that this is a whole structure, it's a whole facility that's just for them. And so we have a facility that have a lot of subspecialists in one building that can help them in a coordinated fashion make sure that they're getting all of their needs attended to.
And that's where some of your other needs did. You had some weight you needed to lose. So what did Tallwood help you with that?
Well, it was because I had lost that 125 pounds, and then I was stagnant.
Yeah.
And I talked with Dr. Kessler on it, and he brought me over, and I set up an appointment for the dietitian to start this other part of this journey. And it's worked. I've lost another 10 pounds since then.
Yeah.
And it's just portion control, eating better, making better choices.
Yeah.
More vegetables, salads, chicken, fish.
So we're at 130 pounds down. You said your blood sugar, because you have diabetes, is now has gone down.
It's gone down, which is fantastic. Yeah.
And what I love is that that's really illustrating what Tallwood did. You came in for a prostate problem.
Right.
Now you're working on weight. Now you're working with a nutritionist too. So while there is some relation between the two, essentially, Tallwood took care of one problem, moved on to others. So that's a more integrative approach to how it's really helping men's health. And thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to come and illustrate what Tallwood has done. I know there's more to your story. I'm sorry. There's always with TV that we can't get it all in. But
and we do have the Prostate Cancer Zero Cancer Run that's coming up on June 30th. And we'd like as many people to come and support that, which is going to be at the Dunkin Park. In Hartford. So
we'll be there for that,
Please do. So we'll try and cover that as well. Doctor, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Mr. Savino,
thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time.